Alright, so I've seen people worrying about AI is going to kill creativity or take over their job. But honestly, I'm not that worried about that. And what I've been doing is I've been using AI to enhance my creativity and enhance my productivity. Because I have like a lot of story ideas. I got some that are just in my head that I'll come back to later. I got some that I'm currently working on film ideas that I'm producing. And then I have OCs that I've made that are from other people's universes like Star Wars. And especially more recently, I've been using AI to help me brainstorm and flesh out those ideas. So I like to use it to, like if I don't have an idea for something, I can use AI to help me like, hey, what are a few video ideas? Or like if I do have a story, like let's do an OC. So an OC of mine I have, his name is Brutal. He's a Saiyan warrior from Dragon Ball. So I used AI to help me brainstorm because I knew like the pieces, some of the pieces I wanted, but I used it to help me like, hey, I know the overarching story arc, but help me fill in some of the pieces. That was especially helpful because there was one point in the story where I was like, I have point A and I have point C, but I don't quite have point B. Help me fill in point B and it helped me with that. So that's been great as well. So that's how I use the AI mainly on stuff like that. But like, so I said I use it on story ideas that I have yet to film and will film in the future. And one of those is a science fiction fantasy thing that I've been working on. So I used AI to help me brainstorm. I was like, hey, what should I do for the world? So I was kind of between, like, the world might be bigger than Earth, or I was between, hey, maybe this world is bigger than the Earth is, but then that might not work because it's also a world of magic. So that might not work because I kind of wanted like the magic to dwindle down, so their interactions with the magical species would also dwindle. But if it's a big world, then it's like that's a little harder to explain. So the next idea was, well, maybe the world isn't seemingly bigger, but it is, because things are pocketed into, things are like enfolded space. So, or you know, when you get close to it, you're like, oh hey, I just remembered something important I need to go do, and you lose interest. So I brainstormed those ideas, and then I came across a third one where it's like, oh hey, let's just have like the world slightly bigger, and instead of worrying about like having all these different fantasy species, just depending on what type of magic you have that can influence how you look, and that's how we'll have the different species. Everyone's human, but there's different species based on what powers you have. So you might look a little more like a Saiyan with a monkey tail, or you might look a little more like an elf, or a dwarf, or a golem, etc. Not golem like golem like I want to say necessarily iron golems, but more so that idea, you know, creatures of rock and stone. So, but yeah, I was like, I used AI to help me. It's like, oh hey, how should this magic system work, and how should this world work? So with AI, I used it to help me like, hey, how's this magic system work, and how does the world itself work? And that one I'm taking kind of slow and still building out, but like I said, that one's future farther out because that's going to be a bigger budget thing. But then there's one I'm working on, an older story I had, but I had my mom help me with some of the refining, and I also use AI to help me with some of the refining as well. Help me with the character dialogue. What are some of the suggestions for things I can tweak to make stronger, make grammatical corrections? And then with the OCs, so I had a lot of fun with this over the weekend. I have one for the Star Wars universe. His name is Rowan Malachi. He's a Mandalorian Jedi Knight. And in the past, it's like in my head, I've created some of the story. So I started working on that yesterday. But what I started working on first was I have some designs for the lightsaber and for the Mandalorian armor. So I put in my little sketch that I had made, which I could probably make so much better now, of the armor, and just started discussing it. And then I was like, hey, on the color design, this could be way better. Help me with the design. And one of the things it was saying is like, so I was like, I have a shiny black chrome with then blue, red, and yellow / gold as the secondary colors. But a shiny black chrome's the main thing. So I asked it that, and he gave me a color. It's like, oh, okay. So what you need to do is you need to make the black the primary color, and then you need to make those other colors the secondary accent colors. I was like, okay, I kind of get what you're saying, but I'm having trouble visualizing it and seeing it. So could you generate me a picture of what that color distribution looks like? And it's all like, oh no, I can't do that. That's copyrighted work. I can't do that. But if you just tweak your words a little bit, it can do it. So, because like one, I'm not stealing, I'm not trying to make like the Mandalorian here, or, you know, anything that Disney already owns. No, I'm making my own character. So I was all like, then I was all like, oh no, we're not making a we're not making a Mandalorian. No, what if you, instead of making a Mandalorian with that color distribution, what if you make a futuristic medieval warrior or a futuristic samurai with that color scheme? And then it generates the image. I'll put it up on the screen. I was like, it took a moment. It took a moment because I was on my iPad and it didn't show up right away. But then when I went to my computer, it was there. And I was all like, oh, you totally made a Mandalorian. You just needed me to change my wording a little bit because you couldn't work with that wording. And honestly, that was quite fun. Some of the most fun I've had with the chat on the storytelling in a bit. But yeah, that's how I use the AI to enhance my creativity, not hinder it. So the way I've talked about how I use it in this video to enhance my creativity is I don't use the AI to do it for me. I work with the AI to generate and flesh out what I already have started seeing in my head. And I work with it because sometimes its ideas are not so good, but what it does come up with, it can start pushing you in the right direction. And sometimes what it comes up with is a good idea, but it forgot some of your details. But you can take that and then start using it to push you in the right direction. But yeah, that's how I use AI. So if you guys found this video helpful, then go ahead, like and subscribe. Go ahead and comment how you use AI, if you use it to help you, and how you use it to help you in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you guys in learning how to use AI to help you with your creativity and not hinder you. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.